very good afternoon to this session where we are going to do more questions. Please let me know if I'm visible to all. Then let me know. All good? Hello. Uh, so those who are watching first time here, I am Niharika John. I have been teaching English for more than 10 years now. And we are now, these days, we are doing IRDAI practice, English set ke liye. And you will get a lot of practice here, regular practice here. Usually time is 1 to 2 for because of some technical issues. Class got delayed today, but we will quickly get started. Now, if you haven't liked and shared yet, jaldi se like or share kar dijiye. We will be doing some questions based on timer, and these are the questions for which you will get explanation of every question, every answer. Okay, there we go. That's your first question. Instruction. First time. So we have though, although, and while. Three of them where we use with main clause. And ये जो होते हैं ये हमें contrast बताते. They talk about contrast with the second clause. So SARS-CoV-2 and other one belong to the same family. The two viruses target different hosts and different paths. So same and different. First, we are saying in A they are from the same family, so they should be doing same thing, same work. But actually, they are targeting different hosts and different parts. So A and B are in contrast. Of course, the second one cannot be used. But do remember that though, although, and at the very same place, instead of though, although, I can use while also. While we'll talk about contrast, yes, in some conditions it talks about two things happening parallelly or one thing happening in the same time period, other thing is taking place. So that is again one more thing while does. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है it doesn't talk about contrast. So answer is first and the third one. Very good. The scientists said that this outbreak really made them take a step back and think. So scientists said this outbreak made them to do something. It was traveling so easily, which they hadn't necessarily seen with other viruses. So there is something, and there was a reason why they took a step back and thought there was a reason, and it is mentioned in B. So, because for, can anyone tell me what are other two popular conjunctions we use to connect a reason? For and because are used for the same thing, but is used for contrast. Can anyone tell me there are two more from the same family? Because, for, third, and the fourth one. We use these four, and after these four conjunctions, we use and we mention the reason. Can anyone tell me what are the other two conjunctions? Anyone? As, very good. Because, for, as, and since. Okay? Since is used for time also, which is another story, not gonna confuse right now. But because, for, as, and since, these four are used. Okay? Uh, let's go to the next one. Yes. You're selected. Wow. So good to know this, Anupam. I am so happy to see your progress and see how well you have been doing. And you're welcome. But it, of course, it has been your hard work. So keep it up, and I wish you all the best for your future endeavors. I'm very happy to see your achievements here and what you are planning for the future also. Good to see you here. Hmm. So, but, yet, and although, all from the family of contrast, contradiction. Okay. The thing that we need to keep in mind here is the position of but, yet, and although. So there are two things. There were reports from as early as the first century that workers who came in contact developed lung disease. It wasn't until 89 that EPA banned its use. Okay, so if something is happening, something bad is happening, then only we should have taken an action, right? Something opposite took place. Now, if I want to use although, though, or while, I will use it before a. But if I want to use but, yet, however, okay, in that case, I will use before the be part, before the dependent clause. So just check the position. Don't quickly jump to answer 1, 2, 3 just by seeing all are from the same family. And yeah, that's it. Answer is E. They trick you that way. That's what I mean to say, that they trick you mentioning conjunctions from the same family but placing them at the wrong place. We are still trying to figure out how normal proteins fold into prions and what causes them to do so. We are still trying to figure out basically that is happening. There have been a number of advances. Abhi, what exactly is the scenario? One sentence says there are a number of advances, and we are still unable to figure out. So they are in contrast. Although there have been a number of advances, comma, we are still trying to figure out. We can say that. However, there have been. Now, please understand this is a scenario where you have A and B both are in contrast to each other. It is a flexible condition where A can be the contrasting clause or it can be the main clause. Same goes for B. In some cases you can do this, you can have this scenario. Therefore, although and however both we are using with there have, okay, with the B part, and in both the ways we can put it. As नहीं यूज होगा यहाँ पे because का सेंस नहीं है आंसर फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड one. Without medical intervention, the disease is inevitably fatal. The disease is fatal. You cannot do anything about it. Second says, recovery rates are high if detected, there is if condition within 24 hours. Always try to pinpoint the central idea or the main thing that sentence is saying A and B के लिए. Once you know what's the main action happening in A and in B, then you will easily understand the relationship between two sentences. It's of contrast, it's about cause effect or whatever. So that's why here we have again contrast. So though without intervention it is fatal, comma B sentence will come. Since nahi aayega, but so A will come first, the whole statement, then but recovery rates are high if it is detected earlier. So first and the third one. We are going to do a close test now. So we are going to do all five blanks together. Okay. Give it a rough read before you start doing the individual blank. Make it a habit. Otherwise, in exam, you will never do it. Okay, it was an easy one. Whenever you see an easy question in exam, you should know that this is the question you need to do very quickly. There is a reason why it is easy, okay? So that you don't spend a lot of time on it. It is true that the future is uncertain. So future can it be aggressive? People are aggressive, right? We cannot say future or this word, anything that relates to future is aggressive. Okay, it doesn't have this aggression. Impetuous is hasty, reckless, not paying attention because you want to do something rapidly. That again we cannot say. Commanding is in an authoritative way doing something. So uncertain यहाँ पर answer था. However, even if we don't cannot predict the future, we do have the ability to make calculated assumptions. Okay, so we are making something. Making you incline. You don't make inclination. You don't incline on something and then make it happen. Imitation is to copy. Immense is not a noun. Make what ka answer is always a noun and calculated is adjective. So assumptions will come here. Okay, I will talk about all the words which I feel are tough, so you can have a good revision. Do not worry. Then we are saying, see, it is important to remember that a well-crafted financial plan factors both positive and negative outcomes, results. Because we are saying both, I need a plural noun here. There is only one plural noun, which is B. Now, answer could easily be E. There could be a fifth word which is not even mentioned in A, B, C, D. So be careful of this E option. As of now, outcomes, this word fits well here. Anyone who is doing something very carefully is a meticulous person. Okay, the person wants things to be done in a so and so way, which is a right way. Then ominous is inauspicious. It is something gloomy, something giving us vibe of something bad is going to happen. So as long as you stay within the plan, you are more likely to achieve. Milestones are achieved. You know that very well. You are here to achieve another milestone in your career, isn't it? Clutter is to make a mess of something. Identify and assess is to check, scrutinize करना किसी चीज को. Okay? And then we have this answer. Simply put, a long-term view does put you years ahead. See, interact, long term, and then we need a noun, you know, because it says a. So there has to be a noun. Long term is adjective. So if I say a long term interact or indecent, I cannot say because these are not nouns. Regal also is an adjective. I think you wanted to know the meaning of regal, right? Tanya. Anything which is very majestic, flaunt कर सकते हैं जैसे it is in that way, or it is very noble or king queen types, they would use that thing. It is called regal. So you can say, for example, it was a regal party. It was a regal party. Party was not just like a DJ party or something. It had a little bit of nobility or royal kind of a feeling. उसको regal बोलते हैं. Single blanks now. I will be taking other words as well apart from the correct answer word. So just make sure you are doing the question as of now. Mark Williams was dashed after his title triumph ended his 26-month wait for a tournament win on home soil. So he was of course jubilant. He was very 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 happy. है ना, इतना वेट करने के बाद ही achieved something, so he has to be only something that is related to happy. Lethal is anything that can be fatal, that can take or do a lot of harm and take away life of someone, something. The family, cousin, relatives, kindred कहलाते हैं. So anyone from family and relation is kindred. Lunar is related to moon. Okay, have you heard of lunar calendar? That is based on the moon cycle. Jocundly is an adjective. Don't be confused seeing this ly over here. This is not how we see if a word is adverb or an adjective. Now, jocundly is an adjective. Sometimes it's used as an adverb, but uh, you can use both the way. Jocundity is the noun form. Okay, jocund is the pure adjective form. Anyone who is always happy, लाइट मूड में होता है तो वो जॉकंड होता है. सो दिस वन, हियर वी गो. आई एम सो सॉरी, आई एम नॉट फीलिंग वेल. Answer, it's E. Stray dogs should not be allowed to roam and be a dash and threat. Here is your clue. Anything similar from the family of threat or related to threat is the word that will come here. Menace will come. Okay, menace is again something where everything is going here and there. Knack is an ability which is inborn ability to do something. That's your aptitude. Okay. Jiffy is a very fancy word. It is like used in a jiffy. It is always used this way. I'll be back in a jiffy. That means very quickly, very soon. Jubilation, जुबली से related है. I don't need to explain that. Levity is carefree होना. Again, little bit just like jocund, but this is the noun. Levity, ity words are noun. So being in a condition, a way where you are high in spirits, you feel so delighted, so light, liveliness is there. So वो levity होता है. Revise other words also, guys. These are very important words. Often we have seen in exam earlier. So it's a good way to revise these words, huh? The residents say that even in fine and warm weather, they have to endure the dash smell of sewage. Sewage ka smell kaisa hoga? Noxious. Noxious has two meanings and they are both negatives, but then they have different interpretations. First meaning of this word is something which is toxic. Second is it may not be toxic, but it is unpleasant. Okay. So both of the ways, noxious is the word to be used in this context. Overt, covert, overt. Okay. So covert is secretive. Overt is anything which is not so secretive. You can plainly and very easily see and understand something. Nebulous is unclear. Anything which is nebulous is kind of cloudy and hazy. You cannot see things clearly. Onerous is having honest Okay, and this is where heaviness and crushing feeling comes in. Nauseous is making you producing nausea, that is getting sick, car sick, air sick, sea sick, any kind of sick. It can also mean you are not liking something, you are disgusted by something, so you have that ew wala feeling, that is nauseous. I was stunned. Hint word. I was stunned, so surprised by the opulence of Grand Central Station. I never imagined a public building could be so well kept and clean. It's a positive sentence. We need a positive word, and anything जिसका हम grandeur देखते हैं. Something so fancy, so nice. It's very visible. That is opulence. Okay, so that's the correct word to be used over here. Nadir is the opposite of zenith and pinnacle. It means the lowest point. Nadir, A. Overture is a specific word. This is like usually when um, there is an orchestra going on. So the first piece, the beginning of it is called overture. Obsession ka meaning I don't need to explain, but if you are obsessed about something, you are all about, your mind is all about that thing. Neophyte is the synonym of one word we did yesterday, that is novice. Anyone who is new at something. Patan. Yeah. No, but isn't patan means doing something wrong in Hindi? I'm not sure about that word in Hindi. So can't comment on it. You may have guessed that I have a dash for love poems. यहाँ पे a dash for something. Penchant is an inclination towards something, a liking. Paradox is something totally opposite. So this is a paradox that ABC happened because this is a complete contrast. अपने आप में contradiction का होना. Okay. Quirk, I am not going to take it again because in like two classes back, in a few classes, I have already explained this word. Then you have perquisite. Okay, it is not prerequisite. वो गलत पढ़ सकते हैं आप लोग. Perquisite is a bonus जिसको दिया जाता है. A quack is a fake. Okay, a quack, apart from what we teach to kids, what's the sound of a duck? Apart from that, it means a fraud, a fraudster, trickster. So that's the quack word over here. Any words we are gonna do today? It's like more on towards vocabulary inclined class, yeah. I hope you got to read the directions. It's very clear. He expressed deep grief. That's something we can say, deep sadness, grief. Uh, Saying nothing could bring back the lives of the victims, but measures which are based on precautionary measure, should be initiated. So you can see that none of the word, you have to check the spelling, wrongly spelled or inappropriately used. Maybe the meaning is not as per the requirement or the form is not as per the requirement. So you have to check the spelling, grammar, and contextual meaning. These three parameters are to be checked and then you answer. So this one of course has no error. Go to the next one. Isha, as of now, I have students from this background for this exam, preparing for this exam. So my hands are tied, but I can totally check if it's possible to get more classes for different exams as well. Come on, quick. Okay, cool. So the correct spelling of sincerely will not have A in it. Okay. Spelling of sincerely, we don't use A. And with the word apologize, that is okay. That is not a problem. So in American and English and UK English, the difference goes with Z and S, but double L over here. Only one L is to be used. Sincerely without A, apologize only with one L. Okay, you can write Gize or Gise. Both of the spellings are accepted. Only the third one. What's wrong with the fourth one? Here we're talking about as a council. Okay, so when you use this word council, SEL council, not SIL1. So the word council means we are talking about taking some kind of advice, some tips and all. So this may be the first time that a senior advocate has decided to quit appearing का spelling correct in court, claiming he was humiliated with one L, no double L. In the spelling, we have to use only one L. As a counsel, the other meaning of this word is advocate का synonym, barrister का synonym, counsel. So SEL वाला बिल्कुल सही है, not a problem. Ah, yes, absolutely right. The government could consider removing controversial, reversial. It's gonna be VER. Okay, so V के बाद का जो O है यहाँ पे वो गलत है. Then legislation is absolutely right. Committed. Committed we require two T's. ओके, एंड डिपॉजिट्स नहीं होता है, ओके, दैट इज नॉट the right word. It should be deposit. You people are preparing, many of you are preparing for bank exams, so you should at least be very sure about fourth word. So many happy students we have, is it so? Please do the question. So सेटलमेंट में एल ई जो है वो स्वैप कर दिया गया है, अपीलेट बोला जाता है, अपीलेट नहीं बोला जाता है. Try to figure out one pair which is like for sure going to be the one where you know nothing can move up these two parts apart. So a quality education gives people what? The knowledge किस तरीके का? They need to recognize what? The importance of what? Safeguarding what? Planet's finite resources, A, B, C, D, everything flowing very nicely. Also, you were supposed to, they when rearranged, will give you a logical sentence. Also, there is one part that does not belong. So, there is one extra thing that you have to do here in this question. You have to see the part which has no so ever connection with other ones. It's irrelevant. And in this case, it was E. Two in one questions. And there is B, C, D, A. The markets where they operate. Okay, multinational companies can and must. Now, these are two words, and they are giving us the best hint. The need verb in its first form, if I'm using them, or I need be and verb third form. कैन एंड मस्ट यूज आराम से मैं बोल सकती हूँ. तो दैट्स द रीजन कैन एंड मस्ट यूज जो है यहाँ पे बी एंड सी एक पक्का पेयर है which is given in A option and in D option and here in E option. Two options आपको eliminate आराम से करने मिलते हैं. Use their extended supply chains to drive. Now what you can drive? Can you drive change? gives no meaning at all or some meaning at all. Think about it. And improve the quality of life in where? In markets where they operate? Yes. In if I continue with this, I do get to see D and A also together. That's your answer. Okay. Development partners must, again must के साथ I need a verb in first form or be and then third form. In B, in C, D कहीं available नहीं है, because A is totally out of the context here, out of the even thought कि हम यहाँ पर इसको use करें. A वाले सारे option eliminate हो जाएंगे. That is option A, C, D, E. आंसर इतना quickly आ जाता है. Use grammar. Whatever knowledge you have of grammar, use it totally here. And trust me, you will get a lot of benefit. Again, you have a very, very, very nice clue here. Try to use it. If you can see here, it says public, important, public. The single most important public what? Public needs, this word needs a noun after it. So the single most public replenishment, public treatment, public measure, health measure, I can say that. So D and A एक पक्के pair है. We get a strong pair and that's what we get in C, D, E. Okay. Also A is ending with the. I again need a noun जो कि the से हम continue कर सकें. So measure is the replenishment of global fund, and this fund is to fight something. अपने आप आंसर आ जाता है. This treatment of the HIV virus, this gives us no sense, no meaning. I cannot fit it anywhere. This would be the last question. Many of the toughest sustainability challenges, okay, we don't know exactly where to put it as of now. It does business the only prudent way forward. B and E, the only way, singular, is to do something. So if I know this pair, if I in like one look, I have to grasp everything together. I cannot go with focusing on one word. I have to see like all of these sets in a way in the same frame, like a big picture is to be seen here, and then you can easily do these questions. So B and E are a strong pair. Okay. If I'm sure about a pair, this pair is found only in option A. There you go, that's your answer. So many of the challenges the world faces challenges plural है तो are आ गया. Are linked to. Linked to how? How it does business. I can definitely connect with B. The only way is to change how business is done. So there you go. ये आज के questions थे. We are gonna meet again tomorrow. Monday to Saturday we are having classes here 1 to 2 p.m. Just for today, because of technical issues, we went little beyond the time. But yes, 1 to 2 is the standard time, regular time we have. Okay. Make sure to like and share the session. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. Bye bye. Take care.